It does have to be enjoy and live. Like when I look at life or business and I start to look at, all of the business I ran, I remember there was a time, I was running 11 different businesses at once, and every single one of them was doing anywhere from 100,000 to 1 million in revenue. And, I started to hit some different ceilings, and, I was always about trying to figure out what were the exchanges. I was always looking at, like, what's the exchange? What's the time exchange? What's the drama exchange? What's the money exchange? What's the effort exchange? Right. And all of these things that, like, when I'm evaluating, like, where I'm going to put my time and effort, it's all into the exchanges. And so I look at, and I try to evaluate everything when I make decisions. Like, a great example is, like, I really believe that, there's a time where we could build a RAD university, for wealth. But at the same time, I look at the exchanges within our business. And, I told our team yesterday, like, we're going to put this on the back burner for 6 months before we discuss it again, because the exchange didn't make great sense. And so, kind of like what you're talking about, you're running multiple streams of income, and you're evaluating the exchanges. And so if I can, walk you through, the different evaluation on the different multiple streams of income, there's a lot to pay attention to. There's a lot to watch for. What I see when you get into those multiple streams of income, you'll end up having one that takes up more time and more effort and makes less money. You'll have one that's making great money that carries more drama with it. And then you'll have one that's making money that takes less effort, right? And is less drama. And it's fascinating. Lots of times that's the one that gets ignored, I find, with a lot of multiple stream incomers, more than the other two. And it's kind of fascinating as you go through your time exchange, and monitoring your time. I don't know if you've done a time map of your personal time, but it's pretty wicked when you actually do a time map of your personal time, like where you are spending your time, where you're spending your effort, where you're spending your energy, especially when you're a grinder. And I used to be a grinder for a long time, and I still grind in a lot of ways. There's still a lot of that in me. I mean, I woke up, as a child, I was waking up at 4 a.m. every day doing paper routes, for a decade. And that was, large portion of my childhood nonstop was 4 a.m., 4 a.m. to 5 a.m., 4 or 5 days a week. And then twice a week, it was 4 a.m. to 6 or even 7 a.m. And that was, part of the grind of my childhood. And so, I know what that grind is like. So talk to me a little bit how, you're kind of monitoring your different streams of income, and how, you're putting effort, time, energy, or right now, are you just kind of receiving income from the multiple streams and then just, kind of embracing them all, because it's, it's a newer thing in your universe, I mean, 2 years is not new, but it's newer, than what it would have been 2 years ago. That's for sure.
Certainly. So here's my answer to this. I spend a lot of time doing a lot of things. But you're right. My primary source of income is from windows and doors. That's what I do a lot of. And that's probably where I spend 8 to 10 hours a day. Now, the good news is I'm increasing my passive income versus my earned income, right? So my passive income is where RAD comes into play. So I'll take my earned income, invest it into RAD, and so that my real estate earnings, as my real estate earnings continue to increase, that gives me choices. Like, do I really need to be spending so much time on one of these? Do I need to be doing windows and doors 6 days a week, 24/7 kind of thing? Or can I just take that money and invest into real estate and have my real estate give me choices of time? Because we'll never make more time. You can always make more money, but you can never get the time back. And I'm thinking that, the time I spend, as I said before, I'm a divorced father of 3. My time is really valuable with my kids, just like I know is with your sons. And every 2 weeks, I drive 4.5 hours from New Jersey to Massachusetts to spend a weekend with my kids. I don't do work when I do that.